Good afternoon, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, November the 4th. It is, technically it's good morning. It's 11:55 a.m. still, Eastern Standard Time. And this is video 1 of the November Missouri Meerschaum Challenge from 209 Piper. I am smoking the first of 4 cobs. Again, when I did my entry video for the contest, I don't remember. It's either the Legend. I think it's the Legend because the General's taller. I think it's the Legend with a Forever stem on it and big and burly inside. Alright, now, the rules were it did have to be at least a couple minutes long. Technically, that is all that is involved in the intro there, is what I just said. So, what I'd like to talk to you about now, is books. Books are not well, first of all, also, forgive the hair. I work from home, and if I don't wake up in time to take a shower before I have to log in for work, then it looks like that. Luckily, I don't go on camera for meetings hardly ever. Thanks, Greg. Books aren't something I talk a lot about on here. But man, I do love to read. And I am just now finishing a series that came out quite some time ago. So first of all, as a preface to all of this, I read mainly sci-fi fantasy. Sci-fi/fantasy. I will read the occasional nonfiction historical novel. But honestly, pretty much any form of fantasy is my favorite. Lord of the Rings, the Chronicles of Narnia. Harry Potter was okay, I guess. The Wheel of Time. One of the sci-fi ones I really liked was Ender's Game. That series was pretty good. I'm not really into the romantic-y stuff. You know, if it's romantic fantasies, I don't really care for that. But pretty much fantasy novels are about my favorite. One of my favorite series is the Forgotten Realms series. That's really good. But I found in my bookshelf, a series that I had read when I was in middle and high school. And that I don't think I ever actually finished the series. So it's a young adult series. It's called the Bartimaeus Trilogy. Now it's called the Bartimaeus Sequence, because there is a 4th book that is technically a prequel to the trilogy. And that really the whole goal was to stop looking at my phone at night when I went to bed. I didn't want to look at the screen anymore. When it was time to go lay down, I would sit and scroll on TikTok or Facebook or whatever for an hour and a half. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to try doing what everybody recommends and eliminating screen time like an hour and a half before bed. So I just went looking through my bookshelf and found that book, the Bartimaeus Trilogy, and decided, you know what the heck, I'm going to read it. And it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. But that led me to the series that I actually want to talk about, which is now known as the Inheritance Cycle. But it's Aragon Brisingr, or Brisinger, depending on how you pronounce the G there. No, Aragon Eldest, Brisingr, and Inheritance. And man alive, I forgot how good those books were. I had read the first 3, and it was originally only supposed to be a trilogy. And I had read the first 3 quite some time ago. But he decided to make it into a series, or a cycle, as he calls it. And so I got, to tell you how interested I was in this series, or how much I was enjoying it, I had the first 3. I received the 4th book, which ended up at like 840 something pages, on Friday evening, and finished it Monday morning. Like, I was into that book. I'm not the fastest reader in the world, but for me, that was pretty quick. That series is just really good, and I recommend it to anybody who likes fantasy. Now, if your main draw to fantasy is any type of romantic connections or interactions or whatever, just don't even bother. Apparently that's a subcategory of books that are becoming pretty popular. Just not something I myself am particularly interested in. But there's not that in this. So, but man, it's just, and now I'm on, it's Christopher Paolini is the author. Now I'm on the spin-off, which isn't really a spin-off, it's just kind of a side. It's a new book about one of the side characters from the main series. And it's just as good. So yeah, that's all. That's a series I recommend. 4 books total. No, I think there's 5 now, and I don't have the 5th one. But just for the main series, there's 4 books total. Or sorry, yeah, 4 books total. And then there's the one spin-off, and then there's another, I believe, kind of side book that I'm going to be getting soon. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Thank you, Greg. I also highly recommend the Forgotten Realms series. If you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or Diablo, or no, not Diablo, sorry, Dungeons and Dragons or Baldur's Gate or any, or the Skyrim, Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, Elder Scrolls. That's what that story is. That's the universe. It's really good. The Forgotten Realms series are good. But anyways, after I finish this, I'm going to read a new series that was introduced to me by a friend of mine called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And then after that, it's on to the Wheel of Time. I am finally going to tackle the full Wheel of Time series. I read several years back, I think 3 or 4 of the books, and then for whatever reason fell off. I'm going to tackle and finish all 14. So, anyways, that's what I've been up to. That's my entry to my first video for the November Missouri Meerschaum Challenge. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.